Hi, and welcome to TAB's Holistic Lending presentation, Why Lenders Should Be Taking a Life Cycle Lending Approach. Hi, my name is Andy Reid. I'm the Senior Sales Account Manager here at TAB, having joined in January of this year, 2024. My main role within TAB is originating new business across the product suite, comprising bridging, development, and term products. In addition to that, I spread the TAB brand and awareness to brokers in the Midlands and also in Wales, as well as established relationships I have in London and the outer skirts of the M25. Before I actually move into the product of the lending that we're looking at on this life cycle, I'd like to just give you a background to TAB so that you have more of an understanding of where we sit in the market and what we actually do for you as brokers. So the business was launched in 2018 by Duncan Krieger. At that particular stage, there were minimal staff, but still managed to achieve a lending of 1.6 million in the first few months. In 2019, the loan book increased. We were holding a loan book there at £2 million. And eventually into 2020, that loan book increased to 20 million. We also had 100 investors on board, and the senior management team was expanded, and the headcount on full-time employees moved to 12. In 2021, we increased the loan book from 20 million to 50 million. We launched our online platform, took an additional warehouse funding line, and increased the full-time employees to 21. Quite transitional into 2022, we increased our technology, focused on innovation. We gained another funding line, which was a great asset to us. The employees in full-time employment came to 40, and our loan book increased to 210 million. So let me just explain where we are with funding itself. So we have three different funding lines, and those are 300 million line with NatWest, 150 million pounds with a New York debt fund, and then funds from private investors. And the reason we feel that three lines is sufficient is that it gives us a level of coverage dependent on risk. So we look at every single case individually. We don't have set rates. Each case is assessed and underwritten on its merits. But we feel that with the three individual funding lines, we're able to cover each risk element, starting from the kind of vanilla end of an inquiry right through to the more complex. So three different lines there. As far as our product range is concerned, we deal with bridging, that's for acquisition. We can do very quick business for auction purchases. We also have the ability to do refurbs, whether they're light, medium, or heavy. We do term products, so the buy-to-let investment side on both commercial and investment. And then we do development, which is ground-up development. With regards to the bridging side of things, we look to offer up to 75% on the residential product and 65% on the commercial side of things. We assess the loans based on open market valuation. So that is to say, if you were purchasing a property and, for example, the loan, or rather the purchase price was 400,000, then the maximum advance on a 75% loan to value basis for that residential unit would come in at 300,000. The processes employed here are very slick and very smooth from the actual receipt of the inquiry. That will then be assessed. You will receive terms electronically, which you can open by a simple click process, and will also give you access to the application form, which is also completed online, signed by yourself and by the applicants, and returned to us. At that point, the application is forwarded into the underwriting department, and you will be allocated a single underwriter who will transact that case for you from initiation right through to completion. At TAB, we are very conscious of the fact of being transparent with every level that we're at within that process of funding the case for you. So if you require to speak with an underwriter, you are quite at will to do that. We have no qualms with you talking to anybody internally about the progress of your case. It's all about trust and transparency. Whilst talking about valuations, we employ the services of the VAS panel as well as the method panel, and we also have a panel internally who are representative of those two individual panel services that we can call on for urgent cases such as auctions or tight deadlines. Once the case is received at underwriting level, the case is assessed fully and we carry out all of our checks and normal due diligence in the initial period, probably in the first 1 or 2 days. So there is no risk at all that your client will be sending money or having to spend money before we've actually done everything we need to do to confirm that, yes, this is a case that we absolutely want to proceed with. When dealing with Tabby, we're dealing with a whole host of experience throughout every part of the process. There are people here that have been in the industry for a long time and can bring a huge benefit to you and to your applicants. Whilst we're at a size of circa 40 on staff now, we consider ourselves to be a lender that is big enough to cope but small enough to care. So let's move on to the agenda. Within this section, we'll be looking at the property life cycle opportunity, the benefits of a single lending partnership, life cycle lending in action, becoming a trusted property advisor, unlocking new revenue streams, and key takeaways for you. So, the property life cycle opportunity, we've established that there's a growing demand for comprehensive product suite that addresses all stages of the property investment life cycle. So, lenders that support property investors through bridging, refurb, and term debt will provide a seamless solution without having to change lenders. So, if we look at a typical example, that would be a bridging product for the initial acquisition of the asset, which may be then transferred into a refurbishment where the applicant is looking to improve and add value to that property, and at which point they may decide either to sell or hold. And if they hold, we can then turn that into a term debt product where the property or the asset is held within that for 3, 5, or up to 10 years. So essentially, you brokers will then be able to guide your clients through every stage of their property investment with the life cycle lending. You'll be switching between products, enabling the client to achieve his actual end goal. This will provide a seamless and streamlined experience for both him and for you, and have the right access or access to the right products at the right time. What are the benefits of a single lender partnership? So, partnering with a single lender for the entire property life cycle can offer numerous advantages that streamline the financing process and enhance the overall client experience. So, we're looking here primarily at the speed and efficiency of the bridging right the way through to the term lending. So, we start off, as we previously described, on the acquisition. There will be no repeated onboarding process. So we're not necessarily looking at additional paperwork that needs to be completed when it passes through these different phases. We already have all the information on the applicant and the property. And if they're moving their application into the next process of the entire journey, i.e. the refurbishment or straight to term, we already hold a first charge on that asset. So there's less work for the lawyers to control whilst we go through this. So, what are the positives of holistic lending? As far as we're aware, there is no one offering a similar product to this. So, we think we've touched on something fairly niche. It's a one-stop shop for the client and for you, and less work involved for all parties. The speed of service will be the same as it is for the acquisition bridge through to a refurbishment, or missing the refurbishment straight into the term product. You will have the option, or the applicant has the option, to save on fees. And this can be quite substantial because, as I mentioned earlier, the legal process will be shortened And then you'll also benefit from the fact that the valuation fee would not be as expensive either. We already hold a report that will be as a maximum 12 months old, so we can readjust looking at the cost of revaluation there. One of the main benefits to the applicant is that the arrangement fees will be minimalised insofar as you're aware that most arrangement fees for each product run at circa 2%, of which a prop fee is paid to the broker. We're now looking at a much more reduced fee for that. In accordance with that reduced fee, obviously the broker fee is less, but what you are gaining is the applicant for a much longer period of time as they run through the different products. So the life cycle lending in action. The life cycle lending is a strategic approach that offers financing solutions tailored to every stage of the property's life cycle. So as I've mentioned quite a few times before, the acquisition, bridge, into refurbishment, and then through to term. By gaining a comprehensive understanding of the specific products required at each phase, you can empower your clients with the necessary tools to navigate the market and maximize investment opportunities. So the bridging finance allows the clients to swiftly secure the property by providing the short-term financing, and that then runs into the refurbishment side where the applicant is adding value and adding aesthetics to the property, giving that a higher value upon completion, at which point there is the option there to put the product of the term debt in place where the applicant then receives the income from the rental agreement. On this, we'll touch on becoming a trusted property advisor. So this holistic approach allows you brokers to differentiate yourselves and build stronger client relationships and cement your role as indispensable partners in successful property investments. So this will enable you to position yourself as an end-to-end solutions provider. A lot of the time when an applicant comes to you or comes to a broker for a product, that being bridging for the acquisition, maybe that's the only thing that's concentrated on is just the acquisition. What we're saying here is that we need to look at the bigger picture and look at the applicant's plans for what he wants to do with that particular property. Is it merely a case of purchasing the property, giving it a quick refurb and selling? Maybe not even a refurb, just a quick paint, new kitchen, new bathroom, and then resell? Or is it that we're going to move into another part of that journey and carry out a complete refurb, maybe an extension, and then what happens after that? Does the applicant sell then, or does he push that into a term product and hold that for rental increments throughout the process? So leveraging your experience and understanding is quite key. It's really ascertaining what the client wants to do with that asset. So to recap on this, what we're saying is that you will be able to position yourself as an end-to-end solutions provider. You will be a partner in your client's property investment journey. You'll be able to guide the full property life cycle investments, leveraging your expertise and understanding, and offer insightful strategies that align with your client's goals and objectives, thereby cultivating a strong and long-lasting relationship with that client. Unlocking new revenue streams. By leveraging life cycle strategies, you as brokers can create new opportunities, cross-sell additional services, and increase the lifetime value of the client relationship that you have established. This long-term approach ensures a steady stream of revenue and growth opportunities as clients continue to rely on your brokering experience and expertise for future investments. So 3 stages there are the leverage the life cycle strategies to create new opportunities, anticipate and proactively address your clients' evolving financial needs, and effectively cross-sell and uncover those additional client needs. So, key takeaways for the life cycle lending process. Under the heading of understanding the benefits of life cycle lending, this is a comprehensive financial solution for every stage of the property journey. There is an opportunity to position yourself as a trusted advisor and partner to your applicant. The streamlined process and increased efficiency is a massive benefit both to you and to your applicant, and this will create stronger, longer lasting relationships built on trust and value. When choosing lenders who can provide the correct solutions for your client's requirements, look for lenders offering a wide range of products, i.e. the bridging, the refurb and the term lending. Prioritise lenders with experience in life cycle products. Evaluate those lenders' processes, turnaround times and client support. And leverage the benefits of a single lender partnership. With regard to the best practices for implementing lifestyle strategies, develop an understanding of your client's goals and investment strategies. That is to say, from the day one right the way through to what their plans think they will be in up to 12, 24, 36 or beyond months. Proactively identify opportunities to offer that life cycle lending solution. Cross-sell complementary products and services at appropriate stages throughout the entire process, and provide comprehensive guidance and support throughout the property life cycle. As alluded to earlier in the presentation, TAB lending products comprise commercial mortgages, first charge residential and commercial loans, mixed use loans, that is to say semi-commercial, where there will be an element of retail on the ground floor with residential accommodation above, land, but that must be land with planning, residential investment mortgages, which is your buy-to-let, second charge residential and commercial loans, refurbishment loans and development finance. As mentioned earlier, TAB now comprises just over 40 internal staff and external staff. And I think what you'll gain here from, or you'll benefit from, is the fact that there is a huge amount of experience. Never be too afraid to ask a question, whether that's related to the property, the lease side of things, the legal side, the valuation process. We're here to help you. And we think that with all of our products, including the lifestyle range, you'll be satisfied with everything we can provide for you. We have a team of external staff that will be happy to come out to meet you, to run through the products in more detail, discuss specific cases and inquiries that you may have, and those external staff as well as the internal staff, also very experienced, are at your disposal at any time. I hope you found this presentation to be useful and you've gained some benefit from it, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.